Hello and welcome to Team Reptiles, My Wildlife Adventures. This is the 2013 camp episodes. Now what did I say?
That was it. Good job. Hello and welcome to the 2013 summer camp episode. One of the things that we do before we start any camp is go over all the rules for the kids. It's really important to us to make sure that the kids are safe. Actually, that's the number one priority, but it's also very important to us to keep the animals safe too. In the long run, once the kids know what they're doing, it really helps everybody to have a great time. Once we finish going over all the rules, then we get to head down to the Shiawassee Ponds, which is where all the fun begins. With a group this size, we generally try to spread out a little bit so that everyone has some room to scoop. One of our first catches for the day was actually an amphibian that was right in the middle of metamorphosis.
Oh, yeah. That is so cool.
He's got a big tail. We'll have to put him in with some water too.
Yeah.
It's a what?
Oh, it's a froglet.
It hasn't completed metamorphosis.
Oh, that is cool.
What kind of frog is it?
It is a green frog.
Yep, looks like a green frog. How long does it take a green frog to go through metamorphosis? Anyone know?
About a month.
Actually, it is about 2 years. They actually overwinter. Green frogs and bullfrogs overwinter, so they'll actually take more than a year.
Toads take a few weeks.
Toads are quick, yeah. Toads, I know you've been raising some toads, right?
Some this year too.
Yep. Now toads is really interesting. If you have toads in a big
It's
thing
just
of
a
water,
little froglet.
and then
I'll try
sometimes
and
it
see
takes
if I
longer.
can there, face the
My
camera.
brother, we went down to the pond one day.
He's got a very long, nice tail. And I just scooped him up. So I guess we're just going to put him in the bucket.
One of the things we try to do each day is find as many species of wildlife as we possibly can. Out of the animals that we catch, we usually only keep a couple of each species so that we can show parents at the end of camp. One of our main goals is not only to help kids learn about these animals, but parents as well. And we find that the best way to do that is to show them the animals while we talk about them. Now, although I say that we try to catch a lot of animals, that doesn't mean it always pans out that way. Quite often, even though I'm supposed to be the expert catcher, I end up embarrassing myself more than anything else. Look at that spider. Big aquatic spider.
What? I want to see. I like spiders. Now.
It's crawling in the net.
I used to hate them.
I would grab him, but we're Team Reptile.
Not Team Spider.
No, not Team Arachnid. Those good eyes, Quinn. Sorry, I missed it. It didn't back down like a snake, though.
It
Kind of backed up. It's kind of weird. I'm going to scoop a couple more times.
That's probably.
There was a little guy. Thankfully, I've got a great group around me that I know I can count on to catch a lot of animals for us. Why is he rolling?
He's doing the death roll.
He's trying to spray.
Yep. They would try to roll out of a predator's mouth or
He's cute.
whatever has it. We'll see if he's going to be mellow. Oh, he's got some nasty. You guys see the stuff on Tommy's arm?
Yeah,
That's a mix of, anyone remember what it's a mix of?
It's a mix of urine
What, that?
and feces.
Yep, and some chemical, right? All mixes together. We're going to need some water in there. Not too long after Tommy had made that great catch with the juvenile northern water snake, one of the other campers was able to grab a different species of snake for us.
They love trees. They always go for trees.
Right here?
Yeah.
Go for him. You got him right now.
What is it?
Like a cougar. Yes, Evan. Brilliant.
Like a cougar.
Good job. Yeah. Nope. Ow.
He's Get ya?
Yeah, it got me.
It was a kiss.
Ow, ow, ow. I don't think that's a kiss. That's not a kiss. It's eating him. Ow. Please let go. Please let go. This sort of hurts.
Gotcha. Don't worry.
He just goes there. Oh,
You all right?
Here, I'll hold him by the head.
Got his
I
head?
got him head.
Don't hurt him though.
Good work, Evan.
Holy moly.
No nice work to Mr. Ashley. We're taking his jaws off him.
Oh, wow.
You know, hey, I want to show everybody. You guys can't see any blood, but one of his teeth did at least touch me there.
Yeah. Look at Evan over here.
I know. He's bleeding everywhere, and I'm like, hey, I did get touched by the snake on a
Good work, Evan.
finger. Nice catch.
Alright.
Now, is that a male or female? Oh, he's going to get you again. You better get that head.
It's probably a male.
Why would you think that?
Because he has the longer, more slender
Whoa, whoa,
tail.
whoa. Don't let him start spraying us all.
He
I
has
got to go to a movie later.
He has the longer, slender tail.
Can't happen.
It's a long, slender tail, but look at how thick that body is.
Put him in. Probably a pregnant.
Probably a
female.
pregnant female. What's the other term for pregnant? Starts with a G. Ends with rabid. Gravid. Yep. Gravid. You need to wash your hands off. No, we want to put it in with some grass. How about in that brand new $13.99 bucket?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Here.
With some grass in with it. Nice catch, Evan.
That was a full dive.
I need somebody to put some grass
Both
in
feet
there.
were left.
Oh, yeah. We
That's
did
a
last year,
big
too.
one.
You can go spray it in the eye. That
I saw him and I
burned.
dropped my net and said, I'm gonna get this with my hand.
Bring back those memories.
Where do you get your
Done.
It was all in there.
Alright.
Okay, Evan, hang on. I want you to wipe off your hand.
What?
We'll
You don't
use
like
some.
kids walking around with bloody hands?
What happened to you? Oh, I just got bit.
Evan got mad.
Crikey.
She was mad at Quinn.
Snake went let go.
Yeah.
Well, the first thing I
That
need
was like
you
the
to do...
one that I caught at Adam's house with 3 feet, and his jaw was about that thick. It wouldn't let go.
First thing I need you to do, Evan, is take like 2 steps back.
If anyone would, it would be you.
Just Evan. It smells terrible. You smell like a snake sprayed all over you.
Which it did.
I know. That's a good smell to have when you're doing Team Reptile. But when I'm downwind, I don't want to throw up on anybody.
That's the smell of victory.
Smell victory, that is what it is.
We get that smell a lot.
Okay.
It's not always
Just
great.
Team
Go ahead and wipe your hands off with that. Wipe that blood off.
Wipe the wounds off.
Wipe those wounds.
Look, Mom, what I can do. I can get bit by a snake multiple times.
And get really hurt.
Did you learn the first time? Well, obviously not, because look at my other hand. After we finished exploring around the ponds and catching a few more snakes and turtles, we made our way over to the Civic Center where we had a nice surprise find.
This is a little baby snapping turtle. Just found them in puddle by these like rocks. Pretty cool. Has a long neck.
After having such great luck at the ponds, we were really looking forward to exploring some wooded areas over the next few days, which is where we often find quite a few interesting species of Michigan reptiles and amphibians. Today was a bit of a rainy day, which we didn't really notice too much since we were under the canopy of the trees. The overcast skies and moist air seemed to be quite helpful in our search for salamanders that day, as we found blue-spotted, redback, and leadbacks, and even a spotted salamander in the very first area we stopped that morning. It was just one of those days where it seemed like every single log we flipped over had a salamander under it.
Little redback. It's okay. He's not going to go away. See if you can come over here and get him to crawl into your hand. Yep. There you go. Scoop him up. Get him? Yep. Nice. Redback. Here, show. You can see him in there a little bit. Redback salamander. Good work, Gage.
As Gage and Derek were putting the salamander back under the log, Annika was right behind them with a surprise find of her own.
Well, this is a baby brown snake. Found him under a log. He was all coiled up, and brown snakes are usually a smaller snake species. This one's a little wormy. And they can appear like worms sometimes, and they like to eat worms. and slugs and smaller critters.
After Annika's great little brown snake catch, we made our way down to another area where we always have lots of luck finding big amphibians. All right, so we have made our way now down into an area that we call Monster Amphibian Pit. Actually, we give it a new name, it seems like every year, but we always forget it. So today, we came up with a good acronym, Derek and I did, so we could try to remember this in the future, and that's MAP. So Monster Amphibian Pit. We name it that because seems like we always find large salamanders here. I already found a big spotted or decent sized spotted that Tommy has, real big blue spotted that Annika's holding right there. These guys have a mix of blue spotted and redback. It's a great location for salamanders. It's funny because today we almost had to cancel. It was thunder and lightning before we got here, raining pretty hard, but I thought, you know what, after a hot day like yesterday, some of this rain could really help us out if it just dies down a little bit, which it did. It's been perfect. You can feel a little bit of it coming down still through the canopy of the trees. But, I mean, we've just found a lot of salamanders already today. I think almost every camper has found one or at least seen one now. And it's really cool for us because we found 3 species right away when we first started in Amphibian Alley. But now that we're to MAP, we're finding quite a few again of the same species. And to find a couple spotted in one day is always a good thing. If you remember past episodes with camps, it's always really cool for us to be able to find the spotted salamanders, especially more than one in a day, which who knows, we might even find more today. And we found a brown snake already, which is really cool too. So, and Natalie has found a couple things herself. She's our new counselor this year, and what's really impressive about that was she's kind of taken the place of Lauren, and we miss Lauren, but Lauren could never catch anything. No, I'm just kidding. Lauren caught some things, but we'd always give her a hard time. Her and I would always have competitions of who would catch the cooler thing. She usually won, but neither one of us would catch a lot. So Natalie's come out already and caught a big fatty toad, and then ended up catching, actually no, she caught the little toad, didn't she? Yeah, she caught the little toad. That's okay though. It's still a toad. But then she caught this blue spotted right here, but she wouldn't get on camera with us because she says she hates the camera. No, she didn't really say that. She'll get on camera sometime before the end of the camp. We'll make sure. All right, so very cool. These guys did a great job. We're going to keep 1 or 2 of these to show parents, but the rest of them we need to let go where we found them. And as a reminder, if you ever catch a salamander, if you notice the way these guys are holding them, they let them crawl in their hand, and when we let them go, we let them crawl back under the log once you've already rolled it out over. So don't roll the log over onto the salamander, have it already rolled back over, let the salamander crawl under. That's your lesson for today, kids at home, and parents too. All right, take care. Bye-bye. Once we left MAP, we made our way over to a swamp area where we found a couple big old green frogs. In fact, one of these big frogs was even involved in a triple frog dare I was given. I'm not really kissing it, so don't put it against my mouth.
Do it.
Do it, Keith.
You get a picture of it? Oh, yeah. You know, I want to let you folks know at home that most people think if you kiss a frog, it'll turn into a beautiful princess. It's a proven fact that because of my not so gorgeous looks, if I kiss a frog, it will actually turn into a Tasmanian devil or some other monster. Like we do during many camps, we ended the day by asking the kids questions about the day's catches. Name a species of salamander we caught today that has lungs. The third day of camp started out pretty well with me actually making a catch, which really doesn't seem to happen that often anymore.
Mr. Ashley told me
Today we're going to do heavy lifting with getting rid of things.
I pick these up and put them down.
This is a garter. Common garter, you guys. Everybody see it?
Is that good?
Yeah, that's perfect. Whoa, whoa. Did you see his mouth come open? Like he's really going to do anything. You guys see how he flattens out his head too?
Yeah, to look like a massive saga.
Yep. Makes it look more powerful.
That's so cool.
But in all honesty, what's it going to do?
It's just gonna bite you.
Right.
And it's gonna hurt.
No, with me it wouldn't. I mean, some of you guys, it might sting a little just because it depends on how big their mouth is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it depends
Like
on
with
if they
me,
hold on or let
it's
go.
not going to faze me. In fact, it realizes that I'm so relaxed that it's like, all right, whatever's got me right now is pretty relaxed. But anything coming at me, I'm gonna get him. Let's see what it does to Quinn's nose. Why do they stick their tongue out?
So that they can take in particles.
Yep, they're actually their forked tongue actually picks up chemicals in the air, right? It's kind of like tasting and smelling at the same time. and brings it back into what's called the Jacobson's organ, which is two little holes at the top of their roof of their mouth, and that sends signals to their brain. Whoa, whoa, he's like, I don't want in that bucket. He's probably been there before. He's like, these guys caught me before. I do not want to be in that bucket. It's dark and scary, kind of like under the rock. Well, wouldn't you know it, but after my absolutely astounding garter snake catch, Derek had to go and one-up me by catching a second brown snake.
Hey, two during camp.
It is definitely a gravid female. Look at down near the tail, how thick she is right there. She's holding babies. And does she give live birth or lay eggs? Live birth. Live birth, yep. They're part of the garter snake family. Remember, garter snakes, water snakes, even Massasauga, they all give live birth. Isn't that crazy? So remember that for the quiz later, if we do a quiz today or tomorrow.
It smells good.
I like quizzes. I know.
You like what?
I can smell them from a mile away.
Quizzes are cool, aren't they? Because you get a Jolly Rancher. And plus it's fun to learn the information.
Yeah.
Shortly after that, Tommy caught another garter snake for us, and Derek was able to catch our third brown snake of the day, which is something that doesn't happen for us very often during camp.
So we have a garter snake and a brown snake here. That's our third brown snake that we have caught this camp. We only catch one. There was only one other camp where we caught 4 or 5, and this is our third this camp. Something kind of cool about this garter snake is that its eyes are really bright blue, and that's really dull colors because it's about to shed. It's really coming out that you will be able to see it.
Our second session of the 2013 summer camp started out great. We had some beautiful yet hot weather, but that didn't seem to keep us from finding a variety of different animals. One of our most exciting finds of the second session was actually a big surprise to all of us.
Keith and I just flipped over a log and found our first tiger salamander, and I think we caught one in camp before. We caught a juvenile in camp last year.
It doesn't happen very often, though. We don't catch many tiger salamanders. It's that's one of the best finds we've had in a while. So tiger salamanders, milk snakes, ringnecks, things like that are very rare. We only catch them once every couple of years. Those are great finds. So, and that's one of the biggest tiger salamanders we've found out here too. That's a really good size one. Don't want to keep them in the sun too long, 'cause it's not good for them, but it's a very, very cool find. You can tell he's a tiger because of the way the spots are. They're broken up. They're not as round like on a spotted salamander. They're definitely more round. And what we'll do today, which would be kind of cool, is we'll actually have 4 species of salamander that we can show together. And I think that'll be one of the first times we've been able to do that.
5 if you count the red F.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, and the eastern newt. Very cool. Good job, Derek. And Keith. All right, let's put them in a bucket, get them out of the sun since it's 80-some degrees, almost 90, and 1,000% humidity. What'd you get, Zach?
Brown snake.
Brown? Sweet.
Sprayed me pretty good too.
Did it?
For how little it is.
That's decent size, though. You think, oh, you smell terrible.
I do smell pretty bad. As you can see.
Nice.
Pretty good on my
Where
fingers. There, my finger.
Oh yeah, you can see little yellow dots on there.
And he's got a little bit on himself too, but actually, I don't know. It might be a female. It's pretty.
It looks gravid.
Right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks pregnant. So cool, nice catch.
Yeah.
That goes along well right after the tiger salamander. So.
Hey, we said we were gonna catch a tiger and a brown snake.
And a brown snake. That's right.
It happened.
Yep. What's up, Salamander Commander?
Nothing, just boasting my glory. Soaking it all in.
Nice. That's good. All right. Let's get out of this heat. One of the other highlights of the second session came at Independence Oaks, where we found a few different sized water snakes all at the same time.
This is this water snake's probably worst hour of the day right now.
Oh, okay. See that one right there? Don't grab it by your hand. We need a net for it. Look at it swim for its life. There's the first one that was caught. Derek's handling it. Nice job, Derek.
Nope.
That's big.
That is a big water snake.
That is a big water snake. They got both? Isn't there one more too though, or they get them both?
Yeah. Let's bring that up there. We're going to get a picture.
That is a big water snake.
That's really long.
We have 3 water snakes.
Nice. Let's get them all up here. Somebody smells terrible. All right, and then
I can see it.
one of you guys just start talking about what you caught.
We just caught 3 northern water snakes in the creek right here. This one's has a frog and it's about to regurgitate.
Yeah, so we definitely want to let that one go. So we'll let that one go right away, and the campers can check out the other 2. That one's really big that Derek's holding. Very cool. One of the other great things about this camp session was that both my kids were in it. As some of the kids were checking out the water snakes, I took the opportunity to chat with my son while my daughter filmed.
Sure. The boats are coming! The boats are coming! The boats are coming! Get out of the way!
Nightmare at Team Reptile.
I said we're here to film or to search for frogs and turtles and snakes. My daughter's filming right now, which is why I'm so close. You can probably see my nose hairs.
No, you can't actually. I see your whole head.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe I need to get closer then.
What about you?
There.
Hi, camera. I like turtles.
As you can see, my daughter tends to have the same sarcastic sense of humor that I do. It's a gift and a curse. After we left the creek area, we began making our way up the Team Reptile Mountain to see if our monument was still up. On the way there, we stumbled across a little species of frog that Derek spotted moving around on the forest floor. Derek just found a big spring peeper. At least according to spring peeper size, this would be considered big. Much larger than what we generally find. They're in the tree frog family. Very cool catch. Tell it's peeper by the X on the back. We got up here to Team Reptile Mountain, and you know, usually we get up here like this summer when we came up, Team Reptile Mountain, the monument was still there, which is behind Derek there. You can see it. It was still there. However, this time when we showed up, it was completely gone. Like one time we showed up last year, it was knocked over. We know it's Team Amphibian and Mac Boleve. Mac Boleve is the guy who runs Team Amphibian, and hardly anyone's ever heard of them. They're scared of reptiles, so they only look for amphibians, where we're Team Reptile and we look for amphibians and reptiles, as well as other forms of Michigan wildlife. So anyways, we get up here, and these guys, they came out here and literally stole all our wood. So the monument was not only down, it was gone this time. And they were dumb enough to think that in a forest full of trees with limbs down everywhere, that we wouldn't be able to put it back up. And not only did we put it back up with this group right here, our Session 2 camp for the summer, but we built it bigger, better, stronger, and faster. In fact, if this was the 70s, it would be called the $6 million or Bionic Monument. But because it's the 2000s and most of these kids don't have a clue who the $6 Million Man was or Bionic Man was, we'll just call it the Team Reptile Monument. That's pretty sweet. After leaving Team Reptile Mountain, we decided to explore the woods just a little bit more before we had to call it a day. Nice job. How'd you do that?
It was stuck in a spider web.
Oh, really? And you saved it? Cool. Good job. What kind of frogs?
Wood frog.
Very nice.
Caught 6 wood frogs.
Cool. What kind is it, do you think?
Redback.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's a little redback. He's missing his tail, though, isn't he?
Uh-huh.
Nice catch. Why don't you look at the camera and tell me what it is?
It's a little baby redback salamander.
Now, will he grow the tail back?
Yeah.
Yes, he will, won't he?
Because the tail's gone.
They can regenerate their tail. During our third session of the 2013 Team Reptile camps, we had some pretty cool finds, and we also had a surprise guest visitor. Max Wolfgang, who had started Team Reptile camps with us back when he was 8, and then spent many years with us as a camper, a junior counselor, and then as a counselor, returned to hang out with us for a couple days during this last session.
This is a large northern water snake that we had caught here, right near the waterfall across the road from the mill pond. It has a very distinct red and white pattern on its belly, and I think it might be a pregnant female.
During our third session, which was our final session for the year, we had some great luck finding lots of critters. Our luck was especially strong when it came to finding unique salamanders.
Is that a tiger?
Oh, sweet.
See, look at his tail.
Oh, wow, that's
Why is that?
awesome.
Oh, we got We're down in Amphibian Alley right now, and we've caught all kinds of salamanders already. It's amazing how many of the kids are finding. We've found, I think we found already 3 or 4 baby tiger salamanders. We've never found that many before. We've already found spotted, we found a red F, we've already found blue spotted, a bunch of redback. One of the coolest finds we've had so far, though, is Derek. Actually, you found this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Derek actually found, and we'll zoom in on it in a second. It is basically a hatchling of the redback salamanders. It's in the leadback phase, which just means it's black rather than red. And they hatch on land. We've talked about in other episodes, they actually hatch from eggs on land, which is different than any other Michigan salamander. They all hatch in the water and go through a larval stage in the water. Redbacks go through a larval stage on land in the egg, and then when they hatch, they're just a tiny version of the adult. So this is just an excellent find. He is just a tiny, tiny little guy. In fact, it would take a good eye to see it, which makes sense because the salamander commander here was the one who found it. So we've caught a bunch of blue spotted salamanders already since we've started today. And, you know, it's really cool finding them, obviously, but this one in particular that Nico just found is very, very cool. And that is because, not only because it's a big one, it's a really big blue spotted salamander, but because of the fact that its tail is a little abnormal. Salamanders, just like lizards, can regenerate their tails if it breaks off. In fact, it's a defense mechanism. So if an animal grabs it, the tail can break off and it'll sit there and wiggle a little bit, and the predator will look at the tail as the body slowly moves away. Well, in this case, as it's regrown back, it's done almost like it's not as thick. It's still growing down from the bottom, and we'll show you that in a minute. It's growing down from the bottom and leaving a huge chunk of the tail, because it was so wide, probably a male, leaving a huge chunk of the tail almost looking like it's going the other way. So right now it looks like it's developing 2 different tails. In fact, there's a chance it will, because of the way it's regrown. There's a chance that a second little tail may come out of there, which would be really cool. The final day of the 2013 camps was at Independence Oaks. As usual, the campers were finding quite a few salamanders, which has become the norm for us at this beautiful park.
2 redbacks.
She saw both of them. I'm just hanging on to one.
We like to end every camp on a high note, but the last day each summer is bittersweet, so we always hope to find something really cool to show the campers. Fortunately today that happened with 2 Blanding's turtle catches, which is extremely uncommon for us, so it was really cool to be able to show these campers these awesome turtles.
Hello?
It's a female. She has to carry eggs.
Yep. Gene's right.
Yeah, we just caught a male Blanding's turtle right here at the river. He has a stump right here, if you can see that. Right. You can tell he's a male because the concave shell. Females have a shell that's a little out more so they can hold eggs. Yeah.
He's like, so we found a female Blanding's turtle and a male Blanding's turtle. That part is like totally. I love Blanding's turtle.
Now that everybody had the chance to check out the Blanding's turtle, it was time for us to let it go. The release of the turtle was the last thing we were going to do for today.
Take a nice swim.
It was an exciting summer of camps, and as always, we were sad to see them end. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Team Reptile's My Wildlife Adventures.